up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy to see you here. Today's look is major glam with that pop of like blue teal. I just love it. I love full glam in this way where it's just really playful. This was a look that I discovered a few years ago and I just fell in love. And then I tried it out once or twice and it was just like way more low-key than this because I just didn't really know how to do it. And I posted an old photo on my Instagram if you want to check it out. It's like way at the beginning and it was when I had darker hair. I didn't have all these like caramel balayage. It was just so cool and I loved playing with it, and I had a few friends give me feedback, including my sisters, like, that's so pretty, you have to, like, how do I do that? This look has been on my mind for a long time, and so I'm really excited to show you how I do this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you're interested in this and you're excited about blues and green, then please keep watching and subscribe, because why not? And then you can join me next time and I'd love to see you here again. So take care guys, and let's do this. Alright homies, let's get this started. So don't mind me, I just took a shower so my hair is wet. Just trying to let it dry, you know. I'm going to begin with the eyeballs and then we're going to do the face afterwards, because you usually get fallout when you do kind of darker colors. So let's do that. As per usual, I'm going to start off with MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I'm just going to dip my finger in the pot and I'm going to pat it all over my eyelid from lash line to eyebrow. I like to get that inner corner to brighten up that area. Most of us have a little groove in there, so it's nice to lighten that up, as well as just setting this down to make sure all of the eyeshadows stay nice and vibrant and in place. I'm going to take a really soft, like nudie peachy color. This is called Peach Smoothie from MakeupGeek. I'm going to place this all over the lid so it gives a very, very soft, light color all over the place. So any other dark colors that I'm going to add, it's going to help transition instead of just being like my skin and then boom, all of a sudden, all of a sudden the darker colors. So I'm just going high above my crease. So now I'm going to take Frappé by MakeupGeek, and it's just kind of like that mid-tone brown, and that I think will be a good one to transition into the richer browns. So I'm just building bit by bit here in the crease, trying to get that depth that I want. I like to kind of wedge that color in there when I first lay it down, and then when I have a little less product on there, I like to do these little swirlies to kind of make sure there's no like little lines where it's just kind of like skipping over the skin a little bit and it's not smooth. So I feel like the swirling helps with that. Build up that soft brown color, and now we're going to go in with this like main deep richy brown. It's called Cocoa Bear from MakeupGeek. It's lovely. It's a warm, rich, kind of like, I like to call it like a red dirt brown. I'm going to start with just a little bit, and I'm going to stay lower this time and stick more to the crease. This is the color that is kind of the focus and complement to the main blue that we're going to do. When putting on this really warm brown, I like to go down into both corners and like kind of like wedge it down in there, which I normally don't do, but it's nice for this kind of a smoky effect where we're going to actually wedge that main vibrant spotlight color, or color that's going to be like a spotlight. It's going to be like the center show, y'all. This is like a little stage and the main act is right here. So I'm just adding to those inner corners, not in here, just right there. Okay, so still kind of following that crease line. You can see kind of like that transition we've got. Like here's my skin, there's that light peachy color, soft brown, and then that rich brown. It's really, really subtle. You don't want to be like, oh right, I can see the 3 steps, huh? The last step is to add that deep dark color, and that's the one we are going to use the least. I'm going to go in with a deep dark brown. This is called Americano, again from MakeupGeek. I love these individual eyeshadows. Her quality of eyeshadows are excellent. Just to give you an idea. These are my bad boys, y'all. This is all of them. I've taken out a few that I'm using today. I like to play with my colors. I don't know why I'm speaking voices tonight. I think it's because this is like the third time I try this. I've had so many technical difficulties, you guys. Going back to the whole like the center stage thing, I'm going to take this dark color and go a little bit more onto the lid this time to really sandwich that main color we're going to be using. So I'm focusing on those inner corners, but I still am putting a little in the crease. We've done the main work here, and so now we're going to go into the fun pop of color. What I'm using today is called Houdini by MakeupGeek. Isn't that just delicious? You can see this is going to be wow. When I use these foiled eyeshadows from MakeupGeek, I like to just use my ring finger and just swirl it around and then get that pigment on there. And then, I'll scoot a little closer. I'm just going to press and then wipe down. I'm not going to rub, press and wipe. Like that. I'm going to stick to that center where I don't have a bunch of the browns. So I'm just pressing and smoothing it on there. So now that I have it mostly in the center there, I'm just going to put a smidgen on top of the brown so that there isn't any major gaps, but there's still that separation. When doing this spotlight color, I try to go just slightly below the crease because when I open my eyes, I don't want this to transfer up above because it is quite a creamy color. I'm just going to add a little extra pop for fun. I'm going to go into my Makeup Forever Artist 2 palette. I'm going to go in with this blue color and just put just a tiny little pop on the lid and see if it just gives that little extra bounce. Just swirling away. Let's do the face first and then do the eyebrows on top so we don't have any funny gaps where the eyeshadow or foundation would be. But today I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Longwear foundation in the shade Beige or numéro 3. Number 3, in other words. This is a lot of healing from a major breakout this week, you guys. I've had a really hard time, I'm telling you. I'm just lightly adding little splotches everywhere. And then I'm actually going to use my Beauty Blender to help blend this out because this is the heaviest coverage from Bobbi Brown. I mean, it's still really, really good in the sense that it looks natural for heavy coverage, but this is going to help it to look even softer. So let's do that. Oh, sorry guys, I should have zoomed out. Hello. Hello. Hi, how are you? It's a little better, no? Sorry. Okay, so we've evened things out and then we're going to do some concealer to brighten up the under eyes, especially with having such a dramatic, dark, smoky look. We want to make sure the under eyes are really, really bright. Not like bright where it doesn't match your face, but bright, just, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to take some micellar water and clean out my under eyes with just a Q-tip, because that's what I have right here. I got these awesome pointy Q-tips in Canada, so I'm staying away from where I put my foundation and not removing that. Today I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. I was going to say something else. I like to use the shade Light Neutral. I think it's perfect. It's brightening, but not overly bright. I'm just going to concentrate on the inner bit right here. I'm only going to do one side at a time because the stuff dries really quick, and then when it does that, it's really hard to smooth out, and then I feel like it just looks really heavy. So I'm just going to use a little bit because this stuff is intense. Going in with my Bluety blender. I'm going to smooth all of that out and go all the way up to my lash line for sure. I always like to do that. So and then get in that inner corner, brighten it up, and then drag it down past your under eyes to make sure that it's not just like wait. I like to just go past out on the cheek a little bit so that it's just a smooth, you can't tell where it starts and begins. I have to sneeze. Then I'm going to set my under eyes as I always do with my favorite powder of life. This is from Mercier, the Secret Brightening Powder. I'm going to do my eyebrows because it's kind of bugging me that they're not done. I just tinted them like a couple days ago. There's a little bit of has some color in there, some shape. Telling you guys, even if you don't use like full-on Dipbrow like me, and I will, you know, soften this a little bit, framing your eyebrows, filling them in just even a little bit, that's just a good idea. Okay, voila, some brows. I feel like it frames the face just magnificently. I'm gonna let it sit for just a couple seconds and then I'll spoolie it out because I've noticed if I go in there too fast, really patching, I hate that because it's really hard to correct. So in the meantime, I'm going to go back in with my Shape Tape and still want to make this look really clean. So we gonna do that. Just press in, don't rub around. So I'm going to set my face with just a little bit of Bobbi Brown powder. This is called the Nude Finish Illuminating Powder. It looks like this. I'm going to add the warmth to my face before I finish my eyes. So I love my Cover FX bronzer in the shade Suntan. If you're unsure where to put this contouring, I like to say underneath that brow bone in the hollow. And if you're really not sure, just do like a fishy face and see if that helps. So like this. And then almost similar to the eyes, once I like kind of place it in where I want it, I then do those circular motions to blend it in. Okay guys, okay, I'm back. My battery died. It's been really weak sauce lately, so we're just gonna pull through here, okay? Then I'm gonna add a smidgen more bronzer. This one is from Bobbi Brown. It's like that big old beautiful beast. This is the shade medium, that like lovely cinnamony tone. I'm going to use this to really warm up the face, whereas the Cover FX one, I use that more for the contouring shade to add that more shape and dimension. I think it's really important to add a lot of warmth to the face and to not kind of have like a more pale look to it. At least that's how I personally like to do it. I feel like it just complements the look. I'm going to bring down and balance it on my neck because my neck is really fair. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the eyes. So basically we're going to mimic on the lower lash line what we did on the upper lash line with the browns. I'm going to go back in with Frappé, that soft brown. Okay, so going in with Frappé, I'm going to take a little fluffy pencil brush like this. Take that light brown and I'm going to dust it all along the lower lash line. I was the most generous with that light brown to just like smoke it out. And then I will take the Cocoa Bear and then I'm going to stick to the outer ridge more so than all the way. I'm going to smooth out that edge that I got from using the micellar water when I cleaned up my under eye area. So you don't see it as much. And then I'm dipping into Americano, the very darkest shade, one more time and using the least, just like how I did on the top. And then I'm sticking just to the outer corner. That's it. Same brush for all three. And I'm just connecting with what I did on the top. So because I see that blue kind of transferring a little bit above the crease, I'm going back in with that medium warm brown called Cocoa Bear. And I'm just kind of going over that and just buffing out that blue. So I'm just going to throw on a little bit of liquid eyeliner. This is from Stila. It's the Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, just black, to help blend in with the false lashes that I'm going to apply. Really hug the roots of my lashes when I'm doing this. I like kind of paint onto them a little bit. There we go. Oh man. My hair's getting kind of frizzy because it's just been air drying all that baby hair. So recently with highlighting my face, I have been loving using an eyeshadow brush that's wicked soft. So this one is the Morphe E27. This is my weapon of choice. Love it. It's really, really velvety feeling. I dip into my Laura Geller Baked Highlighter Duo and this side Portofino. I'm going to put that Airwear. As usual, I like to just press in there, pat, 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 and let's let the fun begin. I like to sit on top of that cheekbone there. I like to create that C shape and kind of go up that brow bone. I just pinch that same brush so you don't have to use something else. When I have nothing left on the brush, I just like to smooth out any edges there. And I try not to come too forward because I don't like it on the front of the cheek here. I feel like it really emphasizes pores, even when you have an amazing highlighter that's really almost turns to cream, you know? So as I was saying, so my battery died for the second time, but that's because the first time I had to charge it, like when it cut in a little while ago, I just waited for it to charge just a little bit because I didn't want to wait super long. And then so when it died a second time, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go curl my hair, put on my mascara, watch a YouTube video, and take my time with this because I don't want it to die again. So that's my story. So anyways, as I was saying, I love using highlighter for all over my face because I like how it matches and it's just really complimentary. But for this look in particular, I really like a strong highlight in the inner corners of the eye. And so what I used for that is MAC Nylon. And it's just, I mean, you can see it, like it goes with the highlighter here. But when I put it against my inner corner, my inner corners against that brown, it just wasn't strong enough, like the one that I used for my face. But once I put something stronger here, like it matched the rest because it was able to like fight against the depth of the browns around the inner corner, if you feel me. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I spruced up my hair. I put on a bunch of mascara. I used the Bobbi Brown Eye Opening Mascara. I'm going to wrap things up by adding a blush, again from Laura Geller. If you know me at all, I love Laura Geller face products, especially her blushes and highlights, and this is in Pink Buttercream. I like to just keep it to the ball here, personally. And this has a bit of sheen to it too, so it's going to add that extra glow. I'm going to do my lips, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some lip liner. It's from Bella Pierre, and this is the shade Nude, or number 2. And then I'm going to add the Buxom lip gloss, or I think it's called the Lip Cream in White Russian. And there we have it. That's our look. Just scrunching up my hair because it is wicked flat and poker straight by nature. So it's like, come on, go up. But I really love this kind of look. It's like, ooh, it's just be ballsy, go do it, have some fun, practice it. I practiced this several times myself, and I really hope you like it. If you did, please hit that little thumb and give me a little like so that I do know to do more stuff like this, like the full glam. So I hope you will subscribe so that I can see you with me next time, and why not? So take care, guys. Bye-bye.